So today what we're going to do is we're going to tell you guys how to change a tire in a car. Because a lot of high school students don't know how to do this, and honestly a lot of adults, even my mom does not know how to change a tire. Her car doesn't even have a spare.
Yeah, so it's a good skill to know. And what car are we doing this now?
This is my 2015 Honda Civic. It's a great car, front-wheel drive, and the jacking points that we're going to show you are different on every car. But we'll get into that a little bit later, so let's get straight into this.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to look for is a spare tire. On some cars it's near the middle and you have to actually lower it from the inside down to the ground. On some cars it's near the back, mostly trucks, and you have to lower it down from the inside as well. Lifting points, as far as lifting points, when you actually get the jack and everything out of the car, I would recommend, if you can, lift it up from the pinch weld, which is this piece of metal right here. On Hondas in particular, they actually have this little area right here on the pinch weld that goes down. And this is where you want to lift it up if you're going for the front. There's one on the back as well, but you can't see it because it's not bright enough. And then if this happens to be too rusted out, you can actually go all the way to the frame, which is what I'm literally pointing at right now. It's just this little metal piece. Make sure it's not covered up by any plastic or anything. And you can put the jack on that and lift up the car. On some rear-wheel drives, there's actually a differential in the back, which I'll put a picture in the video for you guys, and you can actually lift it up from that.
So on this car, my spare is in the back, right here. So, this is where my spare is. You got this, which is all your tools.
Yep.
This is gonna be your jack. This is gonna be a tool to help you, like, spin the jack around, because you're gonna use this on the end of the jack right here.
Yep.
And then what you're gonna do,
which we're gonna demonstrate this later.
yeah. Then, right here's my spare. All I have to do is unscrew this, and now I've got my spare. This is my spare. It's a donut spare because I have a smaller car. A lot of bigger cars have full-size spares because they're bigger cars, they need a bigger tire. And what we're going to do is Dan's going to show you where the jack point is, and he's going to set up the jack and everything, then we'll go from there. So, right here, we have the jack again. So, the quick way on how it works, you just twist, and it goes up and down.
And you
But
twist,
the first thing you have to do,
right here. You twist this right here. Okay.
the first thing you have to do before you get the car up is loosen the lug nuts. So you put it on, and you're gonna go just a little bit, not all the way, just enough to where just a little bit loose.
Yep. And you want to make sure the car is on the ground when you do this.
There you go. So now they're a little bit loose.
Yep.
Now what we're gonna do is slide the jack under, right on the pinch weld.
Yep. Right on that little lifting point that we showed you earlier in the front.
Right there.
Yep.
Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of twist it up. Then you're gonna take this piece, this hook from my car, and hook it in. Then this on this end, it's squished. So on this piece right here, you can slide it in, and then you use it as a crank.
Yeah. What is that on right now? That little square piece. That's on the lug nut. That's to take the lug nuts off. That's on the tool to take. Yeah.
See?
So all this stuff fits together.
What you do is just quickly go up.
Yep. Just like that, and the jack's going up.
And then once you get the car about to where you can put your kind of hand under, so I gotta go a little bit more.
Yeah. She's a little bit cleaner.
See, that's good. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take it and take the lug nuts all the way off. Actually, if your car spins like this, see how my tires are spinning? What I have to do is go to my car, right here, and usually front wheel drive or a stick shift car, or usually any smaller car with an e-brake, just pull that up.
Yep. That's basically where it is on every car. Sometimes there's a little pedal by the door.
Yep, usually there's a pedal by the door.
You'll probably know where your brake is though. Just
then, now it's really easy. So now, get this one off. What you want to do is kind of do a star pattern on taking it off. So it comes off really easily. Now these are all good, like finger tight, so I can get these all off really fast. And then once I have all these off, I'll get back to you on how to put the spare on. So what I've just done is I've taken off my full-size tire. This is with a tire ride on every day. So usually for you this is really flat. For me, it's full because I haven't popped my tire.
yeah.
And this side you want to go in on here. This side you want to go out. And what you're going to do is you're going to lift up the tire and just try and figure out where the studs are. There you go. Then to make it easy for you, just hold the tire, put the top one on, make it real easy for you. Then put like a bottom one on, so it doesn't keep doing that.
Yep.
Just hand tighten as much as you can.
Yep.
and then you're gonna put it all the way up, get the top one. Then you got these guys to put on, and then when you tighten it, you want to make sure you get it pretty tight, and you want to have it in a star bolt pattern. So what I mean by that is, you're gonna start here, you're gonna go here, here, then here, then here. That will make sure that none of the studs will break. It tightens it evenly, so it's not wonky, so it won't break the studs as you drive down the road. Right. So from here, what you're gonna do, once you have them all hand tightened, like to the point where you can't do the fingers anymore, you're gonna tighten them just the smallest bit, like this. See, that one's just a little bit, just like that. Just a little bit, don't put a lot of force into it, just so when you drop the car, it doesn't shift very much. So now what you're gonna do is I'm gonna set my jack back up like this, and then I'm gonna put it back in here and lower the car down this way, and then you're gonna lower the car down on, and whatever you do, do not forget to tighten the lugs. You'll be surprised on how much this actually does happen. So once you get the car all the way down to the point where it has full weight on the spare, and you can obviously see where you can pull out the jack. So now from here, what you're gonna do, you're gonna go star pattern. So you're gonna go here, tighten it pretty tight.
Yeah, explain what the star pattern is real quick.
Then you go here, tighten it as much as you can. Then you go up here, over here, that's good, and then right here. And once you got it done, you're good. Alright, so this is how to change a spare tire onto a car. This is how to do it on a Civic. It's the same way for every car. They might be different in where the tire is or where your tools are, but the procedure is the same way. You might have more lug nuts, but it's the same. So this car, since it's not a donut, this is, you can only go 60 miles per hour. You can only about 60 miles on this, or you should, that's safe. Yeah. And then it's inflated to 60 psi. And keep in mind, a regular tire is 32 or 34. It really depends on what tire you have or what rim you're on.
Yep. And also make sure that you don't drive this tire too long, because when it wears out, you have to replace the entire donut. You cannot just replace the tire itself, and that's not cheap.
Yeah, and once you get this guy on, drive to the tire shop as soon as possible.
Yep.
So this is how to change a tire. I hope it helps you in the future, and that's it.
All right.